Hello, I am Asim Nawaz from projectscodes.com, and this is C# tutorials video series. This is the fourth tutorial of this series, and in this tutorial I will be explaining you about variables and typecasting and their types, etc. So what is a variable? A variable is just a holding space that holds the value of different things, and if we want to access the different things, so we can access through the name of the variables in which they are stored. So for this explanation, I just open Visual Studio so that we can see them in action. Go to toolbox, so a new project will be open. Visual C#, Windows application, and variables, and the typecasting. Okay, so first add a button. So now what we will be doing, we will be just declaring, assigning and some data types to variables and assigning values to variables, and we will be looking them in action in while execution by a message box. Just double click on it to go to the click event. The first data type that I will be explaining you is a string data type. To declare data type, it's a simple method that first declare a variable. First the data type is typed string and then the name of the variable. I am giving the name XYZ. So here is an XYZ string variable, and it's just unassigned, means it has nothing in it, and I am showing message box show, and since it's XYZ string as input, so they just string entered, but you can see that it has a red underline in it. It's an error. It says that use of unassigned local variable. It is warning that you are using a variable that is unassigned. It has nothing in it. It has no value. So I will just assign something to it. So what is string? String is just a text. So I am just assigning some text to it. So here is a string data type, a variable named XYZ of string data type, and it is assigned a value of Asim. So what we will be seeing is a message box that will be displaying the contents of XYZ string, and since the content of XYZ string is a string Asim, we will be saying Asim. Execute it button, and here is the message Asim. It's not displaying XYZ, it's displaying the content of the string, the content of the variable. So here you can see that how the variable stores value and how we can access the stored values. Our intentions are to get the value stored in it, not to get the variable. So we get the value stored in it through the variables. Variables are just for storing values. The next data type will be, I have to comment this, just the next data type will be an integer data type. Integer data type is simple a number that can be positive, negative, 0, etc. So for declaring an integer variable, just type int space number, comma. Here is a integer variable name number of data type integer. I am assigning a value 1 2 3. I have assigned an integer number to this variable, and now let's see, can we access it through number. So here what I am trying to do is to display a message box which displays the content of the variable number, but it's giving an error. Since I have already told you that message box.show takes string as input, but number is not a string, it's an integer data type, integer type variable. So I have to change this number type to string. For this I have to typecast it. I have typecast will be just to dot. I will add just dot and to string, and it will typecast it, and no error. Now the number 1 to 3 will be changed to string type while execution. Click, and here it is. It's 1 to 3 displaying. Okay, then it's very simple. The next type I will be displaying here is a bool type. Bool data type. Bool data type is a data type that gives the value of just true or false. The bool variable can only or true or false. I am naming it my variable is equals to, it can be true or false, since but one at a time. I am again displaying its message box dot show, and what I will doing in my variable, and since it's again displaying an error that it's not of string type, so I will typecast it dot to string. And now what will happen, that when the message box will display, it will display the content of my variable, which is a bool type variable, and it will display true. So I will display, and it's displaying true. So what if I change the true to false? Will it work? I think it will work, and it works. Simple. And in the same way you can try different data types. There are a lot of data types. Integer. So I just want to tell you one thing about integer data type. I am commenting this and uncommenting this. If I use a decimal point number in integer, for example 0.105, so here comes an error. Integer numbers can only store whole numbers, which will not store decimal numbers. For decimal numbers, what we will do is we will use another data type. This data type is known as float. Now I am storing my number again, 123 point. It is this message box dot show my number dot to string, and now our message box will display what's an error. What's the, I think I have misplaced, it's not float, it's double. Let's see if it works. It is working, so I am trying this. Click, and it displays. So what we have learned today is 4 data types: string data type, integer data type, bool data type, and double data type. And what we have also learned that how to declare a variable. It is just declared by writing the first data type and then the name of the variable. And thirdly, how to assign something to a variable by just putting as equals to and then writing the type content of the variable that we want to store in it. And we can also check that we are doing right or wrong by displaying a message box which displays. And one more thing that we have also learned today is typecasting. It means that we can change what any type to any type. Here we were using double number, and but message box showing string data type, so we just change to string. Similarly, we can change to another type and any other type. So I hope that all you have understood clearly, and if you have any query, then comment or email me or contact me with the help of the description given in the video. And keep subscribing. Thanks for watching, and subscribe to my channel and stay informed for next tutorials. I hope you will like them. So goodbye. Thanks.